My outrage is not fake. It's entirely real. And we've been consistent on this throughout. And finally, an important man has come around to this same conclusion. His name is Barack Obama. Now, you're about to watch and listen to a clip here that I think gets it exactly right. My only question is, does he really mean it? But let's listen to the president talking about what the problems are and how to fix them. Here he is.
I don't want to quell anger. I think people are right to be angry. I'm angry. What I want us to do, though, is channel our anger in a constructive way. And the most important thing we can do right now is stabilize the financial system, get credit flowing again to businesses and consumers, and make sure that we change how these businesses operate so that they don't put us in a situation in which when things go bad, the taxpayers have to foot the bill, and when things go good, folks are getting not just $6 million bonuses, but $30 or $40 million bonuses. Now, keep in mind, I think it's very important to remind ourselves that there are a whole bunch of folks now who are feigning outrage about these bonuses that a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, said, well, we should never meddle in these compensation plans. These are the best and the brightest. They know what they're doing. That's part of the market. And now suddenly they're outraged. The point that I've been trying to make consistently has been that we believe in the free market, we believe in capitalism, we believe in people getting rich, but we believe in people getting rich based on performance and what they add in terms of value and the products and services that they create. And it's appropriate for us to have some regulatory mechanisms in place to ensure that we never have a situation where the government has to step in, or you've got taxpayers who are having to foot the bill for other people's mistakes. That requires some regulatory framework, and my hope is that one of the lessons we learn here is that putting smart regulations in place, oversight, transparency, accountability, those things are not anti-market, they're pro-market. When last year Barney Frank and I worked to allow shareholders to at least cast a non-binding vote on compensation packages, there were some people who attacked us saying government has no business doing that. Well, look, all we're trying to say is you've got to be accountable to somebody. And it's that measure of accountability that I think is part of what has made America strong, and we have to get back to those kinds of values.
All right, now, when I listen to President Obama say that, I think he's 100% right and 0% wrong. He nailed it. Regulatory framework, accountability. He seemed to have a grasp of the issues and the real underlying problem and seemed to know how to address them. Now, that's not my problem. My problem is, yeah, but are you going to do it? I mean, and I've heard Obama talk in speech after speech after speech about how we need a regulatory framework. But where is it? He hasn't developed one yet, and as he continues to not bring one forward, they continue to rob us of our money. So when you see Barack Obama's talk, he talks the talk perfectly well. I love what he said there, and if you were paying close attention, that's exactly what I've been saying on the show for weeks now. So as I heard it, it was music to my ears. But the question is, when are you going to do it, and do you really get it? It's one thing to say it. It's another thing to get it, to understand it, and to execute it. And does your Treasury Secretary understand it? See, we right now, this is important, we're at an important turning point. Either President Obama is going to say, okay, you know what, I get it. The problem with Wall Street is these executives don't give a damn about the banks. They don't give a damn about the shareholders. They certainly don't give a damn about the taxpayers. They're not accountable for everything, for anything at all. So they're going to keep taking our money as long as we keep giving it to them. So we're going to stop giving them the money, and instead we're going to take over and do X, Y, and Z. And later on he talked about maybe having a resolution trust that would go ahead and take these companies and start running them as the FDIC would if a bank failed. Now, wait a minute. We're getting to solutions that are exactly right, in my opinion, right? Now, either he's saying all of this stuff and just to appease us, and then he'll go back to what Geithner and Summers were doing, which is nothing of the sort, right? Or he will say, I got it, and I'm not just saying it, Geithner, you're either going to do this or you're going to go. He has to take charge, and that's why it's an important turning point. So now going forward in the next several days, weeks, and months ahead, we're going to see, will Geithner and Summers actually change? Or will they continue to protect the banks and the bankers and not the American taxpayer or the economy overall? If they don't shift on those goals and priorities, as President Obama has indicated here, they have to go. They have to be fired. We're going to judge them based on their actions and not just based on their words.